I don't feel like doing these today. Some of you might be wondering why I haven't mentioned the whole Charlie Sheen thing yet. Simply and succinctly put, I couldn't give a rat's patoot about that crack-addicted, prostitute-soliciting, woman-beating jackhole. Plus, I think at least one celebrity has to go down the tubes every year. It's like a law of science or something. Why should I feel the need to expound on nature simply working its course? Not to mention you could probably just visit one of the no doubt 500,000 websites solely dedicated to this debacle and get your fill of all the sleazy miasmatic news you could possibly handle. Oh yeah, and 2.5 Men is a bad show. Here's the template of every episode of that show ever. Hi, I'm Charlie Sheen. I more or less play myself, and thereby my part doesn't require any acting talent. Watch as I be all sleazy and hedonistic. I do love my younger brother, but I would never show my sensitive side, 'cause I'm Charlie Sheen. Hi, I'm John Cryer. I play sympathetic double D4C man boy, basically the grown-up version of my character from Pretty in Pink. I often experience bad luck. Oh, the hilarity! Hi, I'm Ugly Kid. I play Ugly Kid. I fart a lot. Prepare to watch as I engage in surprisingly observant commentary on the situations of my two guardians, despite the fact that I'm clearly dim-witted. Have I mentioned I fart a lot? This show has won Emmys, people. Emmys. That is so wrong. Good morning, butt kickers. It's March 11, the 70th day of 2011, which means it's Johnny Appleseed Day. Non-American butt kickers, Johnny Appleseed was this old fogey who planted apple trees and wore a pot on his head because he had no friends. Go thou and do likewise, and you too could have a holiday of your own. He's somewhat of a folk hero these days, and I remember reading about him in this children's book that contained other folk heroes like Paul Bunyan. You know, Paul Bunyan, the lumberjack that was like 100 feet tall and had a big blue pet bull. We Americans make fun of other cultures for their weird stories, and yet somehow Paul Bunyan just makes sense. And now, without a transition, so how about that earthquake in Japan? Word has it that it originated when Godzilla fell down. He slipped on a banana peel. Classic. Let's take a look at the damage. Okay, so I shouldn't have joked about that. For those of you who got onto the internet today and somehow made it to this video without seeing news about the Sendai earthquake tsunami, well then there was this big Sendai earthquake tsunami. It was an 8.9 magnitude earthquake that led to a massive tsunami that stormed its way across the Pacific. And all I'm thinking is, what's with all the earthquakes this year? Also I'm thinking, hey stupid news lady, it's not pronounced Sendai. For those of you who didn't know, Sendai is a city in Japan, and that is where the earthquake hit. Maybe I should stop belly aching about the weather so much. I mean, I could have just as easily started today's video with sardonic gratitude to the sun for finally getting over its debilitating shyness and coming out today without having to hide behind gray, sad clouds. But a lot of people in Japan just had their lives more or less ruined. On some moderately tangential note, I feel like this is getting more American news coverage than the Chile earthquake a few weeks back. Probably because, you know, Japan is, like, relevant. Also, anime comes from there, and what would we do without anime? Or Nintendo? Excuse me, I think I just had a fairly significant epiphany wherein I discovered that 90% of the things I care about come from Japan. Heck, even my dad was born there. So I think it's pretty dumb that people are talking their heads off about Charlie Sheen when there's news like this about stuff that actually matters in this world. Spiritual support for everyone who's suffering right now. The earth can be a jerk sometimes. I would know. I follow him on Twitter. Until tomorrow, I'm Griff, and I'm still talking.